Welcome to Don't Chuck It Up. I'm Chuck, and I'm a college counselor who loves helping parents and educators navigate the college search and the application process with clarity and confidence. Today, we are talking about the waitlist. So, what happens during this application season is that students get a multitude of different decisions. You could be admitted, that's awesome. You could be denied, that's not so great. And you could be offered a spot on the wait list. So why do colleges have wait lists? What happens when you are put on a wait list? How do you get off that wait list? And numerous other questions. So today I am going to go through some of the most commonly asked questions about the wait list. So let's first start off with the absolute most important one, which is, why do colleges even have a wait list? Picture it. You are going to go to the most amazing restaurant or venue that you have ever been to, and there's a line outside of the door. What happens? Do you join that line and see if you can get into the restaurant or to the venue? Or do you go and find a new place that might have more space available? This is basically what colleges are doing with their wait lists. You see, colleges and universities have limited spots on their college campuses. They can't really take every student because they need space for housing and for desks within a classroom. And even food service can be impacted by having too many students on the campus. So colleges and universities, especially ones that require students to live on campus, even if it's just for the first year, need to make sure that their incoming first-year classes are right on the spot as far as fitting, but not overfilling and not underfilling. You see, every student brings in a certain portion of tuition revenue, so it is critical that colleges and universities have enough students so that they have enough funds to run their institution for the year. But again, you don't want to be over-enrolled or under-enrolled because that can cause issues on the campus in a multitude of different ways. So let's say that you have been offered a spot on the wait list. Usually this is from a college or university that is a bit more selective and challenging to get into. And you have to decide, do you want a spot on the wait list? Just like, do you want to stand in line for that popular restaurant or concert venue? And this is really a decision you need to think about when you look at what type of college offers you've received. I always tell students and parents, hopefully, and it should have happened, you have been admitted to at least one or two places, and then you may have been offered wait list at some other places. And what I want students and parents to realize is that you do need to accept an enrollment spot by May 1st, because I want to make sure that every student has a place to go to college in the fall. So you are going to want to accept an enrollment spot at one of your colleges by May 1st. And this really should be one of your top choices. Notice I haven't answered the question about, have you accepted a spot on the wait list yet? So this is what you need to think about. You can accept a spot on the wait list if and only if there is a college that you want to definitely enroll at, because you aren't guaranteed to get off of the wait list before May 1st. This is a little bit of a timing challenge. Usually colleges offer waitlist spots in March or in April, and in that email or in that letter notification, they will say, we plan to go to our waitlist sometime in May. The national candidate decision deadline for students to decide on their college enrollment is May 1, so you want to make sure that you have a college decision before May 1, so you definitely have a place to go to college in the fall. So pick one of the schools that you definitely want to go to and that you would be excited to go to. Don't just pick one to make sure that you have a place to go, but it should be a place that you really actually want to attend, because that waitlist spot may not open up. And then if you say, all right, I've got an option that I definitely want to attend and I would be happy at academically, socially, and financially, I've been offered these waitlist opportunities and I'm going to say yes. Should you say yes to all of them if you've been offered numerous waitlist opportunities at a variety of different colleges? I don't know. That's going to be a whole lot of a waiting game. And do you want to sit there, twiddling your thumbs, waiting to find out if a college is going to offer you a spot off of the wait list? So be very careful about accepting waitlist spots. I had a student this year that was waitlisted at 3 different places. And I said, which one of these 3 would you really be excited to attend if you were admitted? And the student instantly said, oh, this particular school. And I said, okay, well then that's the one that you should be on the wait list for. If the other 2 are not that exciting, you can, let those go if you want. It's really up to you, or you can just kind of play it out. So once you are put onto the wait list, most colleges do not prioritize their wait list. They are really kind of coming up with a pool of what students are potentially interested in attending our college if we have space. Now, what colleges are doing is they are slowly looking at their enrollment data as other students are sending in their enrollment deposits, and they're trying to make sure, are we going to hit our enrollment goal? So let's say a college has an enrollment goal of 500 new students. As it gets closer and closer to May 1, they're going to watch their enrollment numbers come in and see how close are they getting to 500 without terribly going over. Here's a little insider knowledge from my time as an admissions counselor. Most colleges will actually over-enroll by a little bit. So if their goal is 500, they may actually bring in 525 paid enrollment deposits, because there's this thing that happens that's called summer melt. Over the summer, because these are teenagers that are involved in this process, teenagers will change their minds. And over the summer, a handful of those students, maybe about 25, maybe more, depending upon the college, will decide to go to a different college. So colleges actually have to over-enroll a little bit around May 1 to make sure that they account for what's called summer melt. So they're watching these enrollment deposits come in, and they go, wow, it is 3 days before May 1, and we are 100 deposits short. Now, some colleges will say, we're going to wait until May 1 and see what happens right up to that deadline, because, again, from my experience as an admissions counselor, the vast chunk of enrollment deposits come in right on May 1 or April 30th or even May 2nd. Let me tell you, being an admissions counselor, there were many times that I would sit by the mail delivery area, because I'm old enough to remember when deposits were mailed in physically with a card and a check for your enrollment deposit. And we would literally sit and kind of stalk the mail delivery person. We would wonder, are you bringing us a good amount of envelopes, a small amount of envelopes? It was always hard to say, because some of the envelopes would have a check saying, yes, I'm coming. And other envelopes would just have a check mark on the reply card saying, sorry, I've made another decision and will not be attending your school. So colleges are watching these very closely. If a college is already going to their wait list before May 1st, that means that the enrollment deposits are not coming back at the speed in which the college had anticipated, and they really believe that they need more admitted students in the pipeline to make sure they hit their enrollment goals. The vast majority of colleges will wait until after May 1st, after the proverbial dust settles from all the enrollment deposits, to see if they have space. And then they will turn to the wait list with full energy. Now, who do they pick off the wait list? Is it just in order by who responded? Typically not. Remember, this is a pool of students who said, if you admit me, I will likely enroll at your college. They don't guarantee that they would enroll at the college or university, but they say, if you offer me a spot from the wait list, it is likely that I will end up coming to your school. So this is a whole people sitting in that waiting line outside of the VIP venue or restaurant, really excited to get in. And so then the college has to kind of look and see, what spaces do we have available, or who is already in the room. Way back in the day, I used to work as a bouncer at a bar. And this didn't happen at the bar that I worked at, but I did hear other bouncers that would say they would look at the waiting line and they would determine, okay, I look inside the club or the bar and they go, wow, there's a lot of guys currently in the bar. We need to add more women. So they would go into the waiting line and then they would rapidly encouraged the women to step up to the front and get the bar, so it was closer to a 50-50 mix. This is the same type of thing that colleges are doing with their waitlist. They're looking at the students who've already decided, yes, I'm going to be going to that college, and they're taking a look at who those people are. What states are they from? Are they men, women? What type of majors have they already said that they are potentially interested in studying? And they're kind of composing who they want in their ultimate first-year class that fall. And maybe they'll look and they'll say, wow, our college is located in California, and we don't have a whole lot of kids from the Midwest. So then they'll go into their waitlist group and they'll go, who has said yes to the waitlist who's from the Midwest? Because we could use that person to make our class more geographically balanced. Or they might look for a particular major or a particular identity. So just because you're on the waitlist does not mean that you've said yes to the waitlist very early, does not mean that you're going to be one of the first ones off the waitlist. It's really going to be based on the fancy term, institutional priorities. What are the priorities of that institution to make sure that their first year class is the way they would like it to be when they ultimately open their doors to the new students in the fall? So what can you do to improve your chances of getting offered a spot off of the waitlist? It depends. Some colleges and universities will say, send us an email or update your information on your portal or contact us with a video and let us know why you should be selected off the waitlist. Most don't. I will say, though, that if you are on a waitlist, you should be monitoring your email for messages from that particular college or university. Open those emails, read them, and respond if necessary. You could respond and say, hey, thank you for this additional information. I would love to know if you know when you will be going to your waitlist. Stay in touch with the admissions person that is assigned to your high school or to your state. Make sure that they are aware that you are sitting, waiting with bated breath to find out if you are going to get a spot off the waitlist. The other thing you should be doing is making sure that all of your documents with that particular college are complete, especially financial aid. Make sure that your FAFSA has been received, and if the college requires the CSS profile, make sure that that has also been received. So if the college does offer you a spot from the waitlist, your financial aid information will be able to be processed very quickly. I've seen too many students who were on the waitlist and didn't finish their financial aid applications, so then they have to wait even longer to finish the application and process it to figure out what their award would be. So to increase your chances, stay in touch with admissions and make sure all of your documents and information are current and up to date. So what is going to happen as they get to that waitlist? Some colleges may reach out to you and kind of ask you, if we were to offer you a spot off the waitlist, how interested would you be? This message typically comes out in mid-May, late May, and keep in mind, it could also continue into June and even July. So being on the waitlist means you're going to sit on that waitlist until the college says we are releasing everyone from the waitlist, our college is full. And sometimes that's not until July. So they may reach out to you, the college or university might reach out to you and say, if we potentially were to offer you a spot, would you take it? Again, you're going to have to make an assessment and decide, is this something that you still want to consider? Keep in mind that a lot of students who get admitted off of a waitlist do not typically get scholarships. You may get need-based aid, but scholarships are not super common off of the waitlist. They do happen. I've gotten word from students who've been admitted off of a waitlist and still offered a scholarship because their academic profile was really amazing. But don't expect that. That can be extra sprinkles on the sundae if you were given a spot off the waitlist that, wow, I also got a scholarship. That's amazing. So if they hint at you that they want to offer you a spot, you need to be honest with them and say, yep, if you were offering me a spot, I would be very interested and strongly consider attending your institution. Or some students might already be like, No, I'm already committed to this other school that I committed to prior to May 1st, and I'm good. I'm happy. I don't need to change. And that's all right. So once you are offered a spot, they'll say, congratulations. We are offering you a spot off of our waitlist. You have now been fully admitted to our college or university. If you get this, awesome. Celebrate that moment. That is great because that does not happen very often. And then read the email or the message that they sent you at least twice. There are going to be details in that email or message explaining exactly what is going to happen and how you need to proceed. Some colleges may say, please submit your enrollment deposit within 48 hours to accept your spot. They might give you a week. They might give you 2 weeks. It's usually 7 to 10 days. But some colleges can be very fast on their turnaround and say, we need to know within 48 hours if you're going to be enrolling, and here's your financial aid package if you have any questions. So it can be very, very fast. If you need more time because you want to come and visit the college one more time before you make this ultimate decision, you can email back and say, thank you for the offer of admission off of the waitlist. I'm excited to be an admitted student. Can I have some additional time to be able to come and visit the college or university to make sure it is the right fit for me? Even if you are offered a spot, you don't have to accept it. You can check out the experience and see if it would work for you, and also see and ask about scholarships or financial aid that is available to you now that you are an admitted student. It will probably be updated on your portal for your admission, so check that regularly or reach out to your admissions counselor and ask about scholarships or financial aid opportunities for being admitted off the waitlist. Be prepared to hear no. Be prepared for the admissions counselor to say, I'm sorry, we are unable to offer you any scholarships off of the waitlist. Or, I'm sorry, our need-based aid is already completely run out and we are unable to offer you need-based aid. It does happen. I know that's not great, but it is part of the challenge of being put on a waitlist. It's not always the best scenario. And then once you find out what the timeline is, you need to sit with your family and your friends and make a hardcore decision. Do another cost analysis, as I've talked about in other videos and other podcasts, to figure out the pros and the cons and if this is financially viable for you. Just because you've been admitted off of the waitlist does not mean that you should automatically accept it. I've been that admissions counselor who has offered spots off of a waitlist, and the student has said no. And they said, I'm already committed to this other place. I've already bought my sweatshirt. I'm already working on my housing. I really feel like I'm a part of that community already, and I don't want to switch. Other times I get the complete opposite reaction where I have offered a spot from the waitlist to a student and they go, oh, this is absolutely amazing. Let me talk to my parents. And within 24 to 48 hours, they have submitted their enrollment deposit and they are coming to our place. If you do decide to enroll at the place that you were offered a spot from off of the waitlist, you will have to withdraw your enrollment from the other college or university that you paid your enrollment deposit to. That is being polite to them so that they know you've been offered a spot from a waitlist from a different college or university. You're taking that opportunity and you now need to say no to the previous college that you originally had said yes to. It's a lot. This is a lot of things to navigate, a lot of, things to juggle in the air. So make sure that you are reading through the emails, stay in communication with the admissions and the financial aid offices at the colleges so that they are aware of what you are thinking and what questions that you have, and then ultimately make your decision, whether that is to stay at the institution that you deposited it at before May 1, or switch and go to the college or university that offered you admission from the waitlist. Just make sure that whatever you are picking, it is the right choice for you academically, socially, and financially. It really needs to be a fit in all three. And parents, it's okay to say no to a waitlist offer if it's not going to be financially viable. I think a lot of parents get really excited when their student has been admitted off of a waitlist, especially for a highly selective college or university. And they go, oh my gosh, my kid was admitted to this place. This has been our dream. We've thought about this for a long time. I'm super excited. And then you need to look at the bottom line as far as cost. You need to make sure that that college is going to fit within your financial budget. You don't want to overextend yourself just because your kid got admitted to a place that is really selective. Because if it's going to be expensive for that first year, it's going to be expensive for all 4 years. So please be real with yourself, be honest with your student, and make sure that you're making the best financial decision for you and your family. So the waitlist can be very confusing and there's a lot going on. So what you need to make sure that you remember is deposit at a college that you've been admitted to before May 1, so you have a space to go in the fall. Decide if you're going to accept a spot on a waitlist. Pay attention to your emails and stay in communication with admissions and financial aid. And then be ready to make a very fast decision if you are offered a spot from the waitlist. Keep in mind, as I've said before, colleges can go to their waitlist in May, June, and even July. Ultimately, you need to keep asking the colleges if you haven't heard as to whether or not they plan to go to the waitlist. And they should, they don't always do this, they should let you know once their class is full and they are no longer accepting any students off the waitlist. I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, please drop a comment, send me a direct message. If this episode has been useful for you, please share it with your friends and your family. I want to help more students and families with this process, so help me get this message out there. I really love having all of my listeners from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and all the other social media channels that I'm on. So please like, share, comment so that I can get my message out to more students. Thanks for listening to Don't Chuck It Up. If today's episode was helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with that family navigating the college application process that might need my help. Remember, I'll be back next week with more tips and tricks. Until then, don't chuck it up.